This is Jarrod Horak, and in this horse racing handicapping video, I'm covering the Smarty Jones Stakes at Oaklawn. I'm going to go through the entire field and give out my contenders from last to first. Now, this is a Kentucky Derby 2025 points race. Through the first 11 Derby points races, my top choices have 4 wins, a runner-up finish, and a show finish. Now we're going to meet the field for the Smarty Jones, the 9th race at Oaklawn, Saturday, January 4th, 2025. $250,000 Smarty Jones for 3-year-olds, traveling 1 1/16 on the main track. Scheduled post time for this race, 5:22 p.m. Eastern Time. Now we'll go through, meet the entrants, and then I'll give out my top contenders. Kales Angel is number 1 in this race, and he should show speed from the inside post. Hot Gunner is number 2, stretching out after 6 sprint races. He's 20-1 morning line. Number 3, Optical. He's 12-1 morning line. He won 2 of his last 4 starts for trainer Keith DeSormo. Bonthps is a maiden for trainer D. Wayne Lucas. He's number 4, and he is 30-1 morning line. Number 5, Mo Quality. He's 5-1 morning line. He ran well in back-to-back dirt sprints in Kentucky to begin his career. Number 6, Hot Property, your 8-5 morning line favorite. Brad Cox, Flavian Pratt. He went wire to wire in his maiden win in his debut, 1 1/16 on fast dirt at Fairgrounds. Number 7, Curvino. He dropped from maiden special weight to a maiden claiming 100,000 at Oaklawn Park at 1 1/16 in the mud on December 15th, and he broke his maiden from mid-pack. Number 8, Coal Battle. He rounds out the field, and he won a Kentucky Derby points race last time out, the Springboard Mile at Remington. And now we're going to go through and give out my contenders from last to first. And the horse that I picked to finish 8th and last is number 2, Hot Gunner, and 20-1 morning line, 6 sprint races, a win and 2/3. He won his debut. He had Lasix that day. That was at Lone Star at 5.5 furlongs. Since then, he's finished second a couple times. He was second in a stakes race at Prairie Meadows, second time out. Then the Kip DeVille and the Clever Trevor Stakes, he was unplaced in those races. And then in his last 2 non-winners, 2 lifetime allowance dirt sprints at Remington, he was 4th and 3rd, beaten 5 lengths last time, beaten 3 lengths before that. So this is a tougher spot. They only paid $1,200 for this horse, and he's already earned $54,000. That's the son of Exaggerator. I think he's probably a bit up against it in here. The horse that I pick to finish 7th is number 4, Bonthps for trainer D. Wayne Lucas. This is a son of Bravazzo, and Bravazzo, he ran in the Preakness Stakes, and he gave Justify a battle that year. And I was at the Preakness that year, and then D. Wayne Lucas, his trainer. And for this one, Martin Garcia is going to ride this one for the first time. He was 10th, beaten 13 lengths in his debut, but that was in the slop at 5 furlongs. He was 38-1. Second time out, he was 13-1, much better effort. He ended up finishing 4th in a 7-horse field. 2 sprints, 2 a route here. We'll see how he fits against winners. This is a tough spot, and I think he's probably going to finish up the track, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did improve again and run a bit better, and then maybe drop into the maiden ranks for his next outing. The horse that I picked to finish 6th is number 7 in here. That's Curvino. Last out maiden winner for trainer Peter Miller. Peter Miller also saddles Kales Angel in here, and that one seems to have a better shot. But for Curvino, all of his career starts, for his first 6 career starts, they were all in Southern California. 3 of those on turf, and in a 1-mile turf race, he missed by a head at Santa Anita, and then he was 5th after that. They moved him back to the dirt. He was a non-threatening 5th in a 10-horse field. Now, Journalism won that one, and he would go on and he would win the Losail Futurity. So for Curvino, he shipped last time to Oaklawn Park, and that was a good effort. He ended up winning that race in the mud, striking from mid-pack. But he's going to have to run faster in here against better company. The horse that I pick to finish 5th in here is number 8, Coal Battle. Now for Coal Battle, obviously he's a 2-time stakes winner. He won the Jean Lafitte Stakes at Delta Downs, and then he won the Springboard Mile last time. He had inner posts in both of those races, and in that Springboard Mile, I thought he had a good trip. The race flow was in his favor. It's set up for horses coming from off the pace, and he was able from the inside post to work out a good closing trip, and he was able to run down Speed King to win that race by a half length. But they really weren't flying when they were coming home. 27 seconds for that final quarter, and that last furlong in a little less than 14 seconds. So they were really coming home slow there. I don't know that from the outside post, running in a longer race, probably against a better field, that he's really going to improve. We'll see how he does. Good jockey trainer team. Obviously, he's in good form, and he did earn improved speed ratings in his last 2 starts, so he seems to be getting better, but I'm not sure how strong that springboard mile really was. Now we're going to get to my top 4 contenders in here, and my 4th contender is going to be number 3, Optical. So I'll pick him to finish 4th in here and round out the superfecta for trainer Keith DeSormo. Now, he's one that really did improve when they moved him back to dirt. That was in September, and on the 18th at Churchill Downs in a 1-turn mile, he got to the front and he broke his maiden by 14 lengths. Everything went wrong in the Breeders' Futurity. He ended up pulling up in that race. Just draw a line through that one. And then in his last 2 starter allowance starts, he was the favorite on November 1st at Churchill in a 1-turn mile. He stuck the pace. He was a clear 3rd, not a bad effort there. And then in his last starter allowance race again, he was able to beat McAfee by a head. And McAfee is a horse that's going to be running at Aqueduct in the Jerome Stakes. And I did my Jerome Stakes video, and you can watch that video on my YouTube channel now. That is a Kentucky Derby points race as well. So the horse that he beat last time is a contender in that Jerome Stakes at Aqueduct, in Optical as the favorite, won that race by a head. So for Keith DeSormo, Axel Concepcion stays put, jockey trainer team, 3 for 12 together, and a flat bet profit recently. And Keith DeSormo shows a profit with shippers and with his non-graded stake starters. So I can see this horse outrunning his 12-to-1 odds. I will use him underneath. Now we get to the top 3. Number 1, Kales Angel is my 3rd choice in here. For trainer Peter Miller, 3 for 6 with a 2nd and a 3rd with his starters at Oaklawn. So he's sending out live runners at Oaklawn. Ramon Vasquez rode this one to victory last time out, and he's 2 for 2 with trainer Peter Miller recently. They paid $150,000 for this Son of Complexity. And in that Advent Stakes, as my top choice that day, he was 7 to 2. He was switching surfaces and turning back. He's had a great trip, tracking the pace, and he just pulled away, and he won by more than 5 lengths. A fast race there. If he can run that kind of speed rating in this dirt route, he could be tough to catch, especially if he can get out there and control the pace. Now, he defeated Innovator last time, who was the heavy favorite. And Innovator was a maiden going into that race for trainer Wayne Lucas. He was clearly second best. And then Innovator was coming off of a near miss behind Barnes, a Bob Baffert trainee, $3.2 million purchase. And Barnes is running in the San Vicente Stakes at Santa Anita on Saturday. So for Innovator, he came back and he broke his maiden in his next start after the Advent Stakes. So now Kales Angel making his first start since the Advent, stretching out. And I think if he can get loose from the inside post, he might be able to hang in there a long time. My second choice in this race is going to be the 6, Hot Property. Now, Hot Property is part of my Kentucky Derby 2025 Exceptional 11 Contenders. And you can read my latest blog. I did a year-end blog at the end of the year on December 31st, giving out my year-end Exceptional 11. And I'll keep updating that Kentucky Derby list each time they run these points races. So keep checking the runawayhorse.com for that. And you can find those blogs on my Kentucky Derby page on that website. And I'll also include the link in the description in this video if you want to read my Derby blog with my Exceptional 11 contenders. I recap the points races and more stuff in those blogs as well. But for this horse, Hot Property, his debut, mile and a 16th at Fairgrounds. He controlled the pace. They weren't going fast. 24-4, 49-3, 114-3. Below par fractions, a slow early, fast late event. So they came home fast, and he kicked away, and he won by more than 3 lengths. The runner-up there was a next out winner. So for Hot Property, I don't think he'll be able to get the lead with Kales Angel coming out of that 5.5 furlong race and having the inside post. The Hot Property will have to use probably a different style here, most likely stalking the pace. My top choice in the 2025 Smarty Jones Stakes is going to be the 5, Mo Quality. I thought he ran well in both starts, and I like how he had a different running style each time. In his debut, post 6 and then 11 horse field, he rallied from 11th, 11 lengths back to finish 2nd. Good effort there at 6.5 furlongs. He was 7 to 1 there, and then second time out, he was 3 to 1 at Churchill Downs. That first start was at Keeneland. And again, at 6.5 furlongs, he had post 10 and then 11 horse field second time out. He broke on top. So that was a good break, and that was a much better break than he had in his debut when he broke 9th. So he broke on top, and then he settled, stalking the pace. He moved up. He got a clear lead in the stretch, and he graduated by 1.5 lengths under Junior Alvarado. Alvarado will ride him back. Christopher Davis is the trainer. He shows a flat bet profit with shippers and non-graded stake starters. Mo quality, 2 sprints, 2 a route. He'll probably at least have tactical speed. $50,000 purchase. He has some upside. The son of Motown. Quality Road is the damn sire. And I can see Mo Quality, if he can handle this distance, he earned a decent speed rating. Actually, in both starts, his speed ratings were okay. He moved up a bit second time out, and now if he can make another jump forward around 2 turns in his 3rd career start, I think he can run a quality race in this Smarty Jones Stakes. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. And if you're interested in my full card analysis from Santa Anita and from other tracks as well, I've been selling full cards online since the late 1990s. I'm covering Santa Anita each day they run, and I offer individual full cards, weekly and weekend packages, and the entire meet. You can find my full cards on my sales page at therunawayhorse.com. And my full cards include extensive analysis and wagering strategies for each race. Now, I'm going to be adding Saturday full cards from other tracks later this month. La Comp Day at Fairgrounds on January 18th, Pegasus World Cup Day at Gulfstream on January 25th, Holy Bull Day at Gulfstream on February 1st, and then some more Saturday full cards of when they have those big cards at some of these tracks from around the country later on as the year goes on. So keep checking therunawayhorse.com on my sales page for more details, and keep checking my YouTube channel each week for these horse racing videos, handicapping videos, Derby and Oaks points race video series, and much more. And then if you want a bonus free pick each day, go over to therunawayhorse.com, click on my Better Bets blog tab at the top of my homepage, and you can get a free pick from around the country each day. And that'll do it for this video. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.